Listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
We walk the line and try to see, falling behind what could be. Bring me up higher, bring me up higher, bring me up higher.
Welcome in, 1029, little bit of change. Glen Carbon's got some fun planned for the summer. How are we doing this morning?
We are great.
Now, I got a question for both of you because I've been a little bit of a complainer this week about the swamp that I call, well, the basement I call a swamp. Is it as humid outside as it is in this room?
It's terrible.
Okay, all right, then they're off the hook.
When it's raining, you're at 100% humidity. So
Yeah.
I think you're good.
Well, and has the rain stopped yet, or is it still kind of sprinkling?
It's sprinkling. I have my umbrella somewhere.
That means my weather report was wrong. Oh, now I feel like Dave Murray all the time, you know? With that being said, Glen Carbon's got some fun planned, and where do we start? Because there's a lot to talk about.
Do you want me to go first a little bit about homecoming?
Yeah,
Are you
let
okay with
Nicole
that?
go
I'll
first.
do homecoming and then
Homecoming?
Sam can talk. But so we have Glen Carbon Homecoming on Father's Day weekend. So we brought you some fun stuff. If you want to,
I do. I got to
So that's
share
our
it.
mayor.
This is Mayor Marcus.
Yes.
What do we call this merchandise?
Well, it's not merchandise, but it's our bobblehead.
Oh,
You can use it as a
that's
fan. That's because of Sam.
I
And
love
then
this.
We don't have our homecoming shirt yet,
Okay.
but there's a Glen Carbon hat and mug in there for
Thank
you.
you
I
so
thought,
much.
everyone needs a mug and a
I
baseball
love that.
cap.
Thank you so
yeah.
much.
But
Let me see the mug now. This looks pretty cool.
yeah,
Well,
there you go.
Thank you so much for bringing this stuff, and that's beautiful. I like that a lot.
So Glen Carbon Homecoming, June 14th and 15th, food, carnival, parade, 5K. Music, live music. So it'll be a great time. So I can go over.
Let's go through it.
Okay,
Let's
so-
fill our audience in and get them out
absolutely.
there.
So opens at 5:00 on the 14th, and with the carnival we have food vendors, everything from Mexican honorary, Romeo's, Dippy Donuts, burgers, hot dogs, carnival food. Everybody loves the carnival food. And that night we have Dirty Mugs hitting the stage at
Oh, they're
7. So,
wonderful.
yeah,
They're
we're
good.
excited.
Did I tell you about when he used to come to the Alton Amphitheater all the time?
okay.
Oh my goodness! Every time he was on the stage, you just see every woman in the crowd just go right to the front of the stage. Every time, it's amazing.
That's great.
He's wonderful.
No, they're all great. And then we have a 5K on Saturday morning. You can still sign up for that. That's through FinalLapRacing.com. And parade at 5:00. We'll still take, it's free to be in the parade. So if you want to just participate and, bring your convertible, walk in it, it's a short parade, but it's great. It's a great community parade for us at 5:00 on Saturday. And then we have the Well Hungarians. Well, Johnny Holzum and the Well Hungarians will be there Saturday night at 7:00.
Man.
So fireworks at 9:30 that night. So well, I'll be there the whole time. So come see me.
This only took you 3 days to put together, I bet.
No, we've been working on it since, I don't know, last year.
It's just incredible.
Yeah.
But seriously, I'm not patronizing you. There is a lot to do in Glen Carbon on the 14th through the 15th.
Yep.
And it's a testament because sometimes, folks just say, hey, we're having a homecoming, the carnival's here, and that's fun. But to really make it a comprehensive 2 days of family experiences are huge.
It is. It's a great time. So please come out. There's no rain in the forecast.
No, not for a while.
The Heritage Museum will have a booth at homecoming.
Yes.
And it is supposed to be pretty warm, so we'll be handing out hand fans for everybody again. We did that a few years ago. Not the bobblehead
Only I
ones,
get that one.
but fans nonetheless. And so,
How's everything been at the Heritage Museum, Sam?
Oh, it's going really well. We are doing a lot of rearranging right now. The Edwardsville Arts Center donated some cases to us, so we were able to exchange some of our older cases. We got new cases. We donated some of ours to Maryville Heritage Museum, so we're sort of passing them on down the line. But
That's cool.
we've got a lot of updates inside the museum. We have a lot of events coming up. We'll be at homecoming. We'll have a booth each night, and there'll be information on our upcoming events. We're doing an oral history series. We're doing interviews with residents, video interviews to save in the museum's collection. So we'll have signups for that available. On Saturday, we're from 3 to 7. We're having a garden unveiling at the Yonda Cabin, which is right on Main Street. Perfect seat for the parade.
Oh, look at that.
So you can come and check out the new period garden that the Glen Committee's been working on. It'll have like historically appropriate plants, herbs, vegetables that are important to Glen Carbon's story. And we'll talk about that. We'll have face painters there with the YMCA.
And I do want to mention, like, our volunteers are so great.
Yes.
Like the CEC for the homecoming committee, the Glen committee that worked on the garden, they're all in. Like, they are wonderful, and they really care about Glen Carbon and what's happening. And I just think it's a testament to what they're doing. This garden is really cool.
And
if you
it's
would have saw it
beautiful.
before, do they have before and after
I
pictures?
took before pictures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you send those to me so when we
Yeah.
put the article together,
That would be great,
we can really
yes.
showcase that? Because you're 100% right about this. So many times we forget about the volunteers and just the folks that aren't putting their name in the headline,
Yeah.
but they're just going to help out. And and I can only imagine that's a huge asset to Glen Carbon and all the things that you guys do are volunteer.
I couldn't do my job without them when it comes to homecoming.
Yeah.
Because it's such a big event,
Yeah.
so. And I think she feels the same way.
The Heritage Museum and the cabin wouldn't be able to be as open and accessible without our volunteers. So
Well, let me ask you more about the garden, because that sounds really cool. And because you aren't just doing a garden. I mean, I love the fact that you're tying everything into the museum and Glen Carbon's history as a whole, because we have such a vast regional wealth of history, just a well that you can keep going back to and digging up and finding. Fill me in on this. What type of plants?
So there's everything from herbs like calendula. There's an herb called, it was the toothache plant, which you took for toothaches. You'd blend it into tea or you'd rub it on your gums. Also important are potatoes and horseradish, which obviously are important to, Collinsville up through the bluffs. We got horseradish for free from CK Farms on 162. They donated the horseradish to us, and we have it in pots, and so we can help to tell that story. That farm is right in the area of where Peter Station used to be, and Peter Station was a large shipping center. That's where you brought your potatoes to send out to Chicago and St. Louis supermarkets. That's where you brought your horseradish and unloaded, put on the train. So to be able to tie in those different areas and put them into the garden, which I think is perfect.
Well, and I really love that idea, because to me, there's so much pride that the residents of Glen Carbon have for the area. And I know that just from my family that lives up there, and really just how much it means to so many people. Yes. And going forward, are you looking to do more like those type of opportunities to really tie in the area and those historical significances too? Yeah,
we're trying to do more tours and be more meaningful about what space we have and how we can use it to the fullest. So that's what this garden is. 2 years ago, I started talking with the Glen Committee and volunteers about this, and they have just really just snowballed it into
Well, how many tours
beautiful.
are you doing? Because we have senior tours, the grade school comes. How many are?
Well, it's a lot.
I was going to ask, whenever you started naming them off, I'm like, okay.
Oh, the senior living facilities, any senior living facility with their own bus, we have elevator access and handicap access to the museum and the cabin both. So, bring your bus, give me a call or email, schedule your bus, and I'll give you a tour of everything that I can.
Well,
so
I'm on GlenCarbonIL.gov, and I'm on the Heritage Museum's page. And if we could, I'm going to go ahead and just bring this picture in picture real quick, because I think this is the coolest part of it, is just being on it for the couple minutes I'm down here on the Opportunities tab. And the fact that you're actually asking for feedback, what type of events do you like to see at the History Museum? And that's really important, because it shows that you guys and everyone on the team really wants to know what is wanted. And that's huge.
Yeah, the survey we just launched a few days ago, right at the beginning of June, and it's really geared at giving me information on who my audience is, how to better tailor programs to them and what they want, and to learn what other people are interested in hearing more about. So
absolutely. And just getting back to homecoming, I think it's so cool that there's so many people that are a part of this, and organizations that are within the village or outside of it too, maybe just private entities. how important is it to have the Heritage Museum and also have, the small business sector of the village and just families and generations alike come together for this day?
Oh, I think it's extremely important, and that's what the feedback, it's great because it is, I grew up in Glen Carbon, so I mean, it's my family too, and they love it, and they're so happy that I'm involved. But, the sponsors we have, we couldn't do it without our sponsors. So we have the Steinberg Group as a stage sponsor, C&B Bank as our race sponsor, TWM as our fireworks sponsor, and, 20 other
That's just incredible.
businesses, Chick-fil-A, First Community. There's just so many businesses that want this to happen, and they love it, and they show up. They come and they bring their kids, and it's great.
What I think's really cool about it too is just because I'm on the sponsors page now here on the site, and most of the sponsors sponsor a lot of things just for the community and local sports, like BJ's Printables. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to do Athlete of the Month for Metro East Lutheran. I mean, those things are so important, and they add so much to it. And, describe to me, for both of you, Homecoming Weekend in a nutshell, because, this is something, as someone who's never really gone and experienced it.
You should come.
It's a big deal, and there's so many people that go to this. Fill me in your own perspectives.
It's just such a great family-friendly event where you can just bring in your, friends from out of town. Like I have friends from out of town that show up. So there's just a lot to do. Yeah. And the food's great. The food and the music.
Don't even get me started on the food.
So it's just a wonderful event. It's free. I mean, other than
so many people turn out for Homecoming. It really shows you what Homecoming means. And Glen Carbon,
like a reunion for me. Because a lot of the kids I went to high school with, they come back for it. They're not kids anymore, but
Yeah, it's like an open house, really.
It is.
And I'm sure that after, all the shaboozis are all said and done, that there's numerous spots that are getting patronized throughout the village. And honestly, too, I'd be remiss not to say that you guys have had enormous growth the last couple of years. And it's been really fun to follow because it's good growth and it's things that are really exciting. And the Orchard Town Center, and just to follow it from my perspective has been great. And we can go up June the 14th, correct?
Yeah.
Don't make me nervous. I took my eyes off the flyer there for a second, and I went, now there loses the professionalism. June 14th through the 15th, you have a chance to really be a part of this. But can you guys stick around? I got to take a quick break. I got to pay a bill. It's 10:41, and more of this conversation continues right here on Roku TV.
Thank you.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
DJ Mike Keith.
This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Naselli on RiverBender.com. Bear, you're coming in strong this morning. Thank you for coming in clutch. It's hot. It's humid. Back to the Village of Glen Carbon Homecoming weekend, June the 15th, 14th through the 15th, and just more fun coming down the pipeline.
I did want to mention, so tickets are on sale for the carnival rides currently at Village Hall. You can come in anytime between 7:30 and 3:30 during the week. A sheet of tickets is $18. It's a little bit of a savings, so rides take about 3 to 5 tickets depending on the size of the ride. So come get your tickets now, then you don't have to worry about the lines at the carnival. And those will go on, they'll remain on sale until the 14th at like 3 o'clock. Then everything moves down to Main Street. So I did want to mention that.
They need to sell those fast pass passes for those ticket lines.
People ask about like an armband, but this is a new carnival provider, and they just don't have that.
Oh, okay.
So,
what a great point, though. There is nothing like getting caught in that ticket line. You know, there is really nothing like it.
With a kid crying because their friends are you know, trying to get on a ride ahead of them or something.
Yes.
So the one thing that Sam also brought up is our library, our local library. It's right there where our action is. They have an entertainer. And it's, I think, a carnival stunt lady at 6 o'clock. So after the parade, you can end up there, and it's free entertainment for the kids at 6 o'clock at the library.
Really cool. And now, was there something about a misting tent? Are we still holding out on that?
So I bought a misting tent because it's supposed to be 90 degrees.
Yep.
So we have yet to put it together. So there is potentially a misting tent for all the overheated children and their parents over by the carnival ride. So I'll promote that on Facebook.
If the tent doesn't work, somebody can be out there with the hose.
The Horseradish Festival had one, and so I was like, where did you get your misting tent? I talked to the people in Collinsville, so we have a misting tent, so that should be awesome.
That's really cool. And now, before we keep moving on here, give me the breakdown of Friday and Saturday from the parade all the way down, just so we can link it.
So the time is 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock both nights. So, you know, we do have, I'm glad you said this, we do have a shuttle service. So if you want to park at Village Hall, and it will just shuttle back and forth to go to where the wooden nickel is, they'll drop you off. So if you're worried about parking, that's a great idea, because then you won't have to worry about it. And that's every night from like 5 until 10:30.
Really
so
cool.
take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But the bands hit the stage both nights at 7 o'clock. Get down there before 5. You know, carnival rides, food, drinks, and it'll be a great time.
Saturday's a bit more scheduled out with different.
Well, we
things.
have the race at 8 a.m. through final lap, and there's a fun run too if you don't want to do a 5K.
Yeah. I'm a fun runner.
I would,
I'm a fun runner.
That's a good thing. And it's a beautiful course because it's a little cooler. It's pretty flat, so it's not a hard run. But
and what time's the parade again?
Parade's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
So
now the cabin and the garden will all be set up right there on Main Street at 3 o'clock. So you can come, set up your chairs, you can hang out, get your face painted, look inside the cabin, and then the parade comes at 5 o'clock, and then everybody can move down to Main Street.
We have belly dancers in the parade.
Oh, cool.
We have some miniature trucks, the Shriners.
Oh, yeah. I love the Rolling Nobles.
There's a couple other surprises, but it's a fun little parade.
That's really cool. And while I have y'all, Sam, what's coming down the pipeline for the museum?
A lot of stuff. A lot of things. We have we've been doing these history harvests where you can bring in your Glen Carbon related photos or documents that you want to preserve. We'll scan them, give you a digital copy and the original back. We'll keep a digital copy for the collections. But those are the first Saturday in July and August. July 13th, we have Illinois Humanities Rhodes Scholar Bucky Hawker here, and he's going to be doing coal miner folk songs. So he'll be playing guitar, be live music inside the museum, be related to coal miners and labor unions, and it'll be an interesting story for sure.
Really cool. And how's the best way to stay up to date on all of that information?
Well, the museum has Facebook now, so we are growing in our followers. We post all our events there. We also have the website, which you went to, and has a lot of information different on cabin, Old Village Hall, museum, events, volunteer opportunities, everything's there. So
really cool. And I guess one final question is, are you guys ready for the homecoming weekend?
We are, and I do want to mention we have a YouTube channel, so you can start. We're adding more, so we'll probably put some videos from homecoming on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we plan to put some snippets from the oral history interviews we're doing
for
on
YouTube
and
all that.
So
yeah,
really
so we're
cool
to hear some Glen Carbon stories.
I love it. Well, seriously, thank you all so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
This is my favorite because it's been so hot in here for weeks.
Take
I was
advantage,
like
right?
Elvis at the end. You know, I'm sweating all over my desk here. But Mayor Marcus, yet again, coming in clutch.
Yes.
Thank you all seriously so much. And for more information, we will link this in a write-up on RiverBender.com. But we hope to see you homecoming weekend, June the 14th and the 15th on Main Street in Glen Carbon.